Yeah, we got back, and it was, our debrief was sponsored by Bud Light and every other kind of alcohol you can think of, just drinking and talking, sitting around and talking and drinking. And there was no unit kind of coming together besides the memorial service we had for everyone we lost. There was no coming together and trying to unpack what happened. It was just, hey, we're back now. Spend time with your families, a couple of weeks of leave, and come back, and we're getting ready for the next deployment. And for those of you who are getting out, as long as you're here, you're going to train up the next people. And it continued. And I noticed things. I mean, I was having symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder while I was still in, thinking I was seeing people around the corner. I was having that feeling that something bad was about to happen, and that cognitive dissonance where my mind knows I'm back in CONUS, I'm back in the United States, and things are safe. But my body is feeling as if something bad is about to happen. I'm about to get ambushed. And just trying to understand that. I didn't even have the vocabulary to understand it. I didn't know what post-traumatic stress disorder was. I didn't know what hypervigilance was. I didn't know any of these things. I just knew that if I drank enough, that I could kind of tamp down what was happening in my mind. And that's the strategy I took. And luckily I'm still alive because, I did that to excess because it's the only thing I really knew how to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's kind of the common theme, right? Is like when you're back in the barracks or whatever, you go train during the day and you come back and you drink, or you get a 96 libo, you get a long weekend, you're drinking. There's alcohol included in literally everything. And it's like the easiest thing to access to kind of numb everything, to help you go to sleep, to help you kind of forget. And then you get on that just a continuous cycle of drinking and everything. So last question about your military experience and everything now. So with what you do now, the role that you're in, having working with combat veterans for over 13 years, if you were to look back at young Mike, what would you have done differently as you were like transitioning out?
I think I would have liked to have had just a space to have maybe processing the things I had experienced, without alcohol. Maybe not a full deep dive into therapy, which I got into later, but at least some tools of how to regulate myself and how to breathe deeply, how to get back into my body through physical exercise, which became a major and still is a major component of my life. Because when you're living in a projected future, or you're living in the past, which is, what anxiety and trauma will do to you, take you to the future or the past. You don't have time to be in your body in the present. But when you're sweating, you're working out, you're in your body doing something safe with an elevated heart rate, you retrain your nervous system to know that you are safe in your own body and you can function. So some of those tools I would have really have loved to have had that.
Got it. Yeah. And do you feel like people are getting that nowadays? Like fast forward to 2025,